Hey everybody, this is Quaylen from Team Bajheera, and we have some really exciting news for you today. On April 10th, Blizzard posted that there is a new way to play World of Warcraft that's under development, and it's called WoW REMIX, Mists of Pandaria. And you're probably wondering right now, why is this important to me, or how is this going to play out? Well, we're going to go over every single detail that's in this post starting right now. But if you'd like to read it yourself, then go ahead and check out the link in the description down below. Other than that, let's go ahead and get right into it. So what is MoP REMIX? Well, it's a time for you to relive those epic adventures with an all-new event arriving in the 10.2.7 content update, which is called WoW REMIX Mists of Pandaria. And you're going to be able to experience the expansion as if it were brand new, but with fresh new loot and almost unlimited power, which is really cool. Now, something to keep in mind is that this is a limited time event, so it's not going to be around forever, but you will be able to re-experience the entirety of Mists of Pandaria. Now, this is going to be a very fast-paced expansion. Everyone's going to start at level 10, they're going to go all the way to 70, and all of the loot and gear has been completely overhauled and has powerful new effects, and we're going to go over that here in just a little bit. So here's a couple of quick features that MoP REMIX is going to offer. There's going to be accelerated leveling and content allowing you to take on nearly every single quest, scenario, dungeon, and even the raids. You're going to be able to create a new WoW REMIX character starting at level 10, and you can adventure all the way up to level 70. There's going to be a ton of loot, and you're going to get very powerful items from everywhere. I mean, you're going to get them from quests, chests, creatures, and bosses all over the place. And these items aren't just items, they're customizable items that you're going to be able to power up, and as the content gets tougher, you're going to want to make them even more powerful, so it's almost endless power. And when you get an item you don't want, you can convert that unwanted item into a currency called bronze, which you can use to upgrade items or purchase cosmetics, and which is going to lead us into our next feature. And it's that any transmog you get in MoP REMIX, you're going to be able to carry it over into the War Within, which is absolutely amazing. So let's talk about who gets to play this. Well, no expansion purchase is needed in order to play the new MoP REMIX. The only thing that you do need is a subscription or game time to your account in order to get in on all the fun that's going to be happening. But here's the real kicker. WoW trial accounts will also be able to experience the new MoP REMIX without any subscription or game time all the way through level 20, which is great for people who want to maybe give it a shot and see if they want to come back and resub or get back into the game with their friends. This is a really good opportunity for that. Now, let's jump into some of the details of MoP REMIX and talk about accelerated leveling and content. This is going to be very fast paced. With WoW REMIX Mists of Pandaria, there will be no slowing down, and you'll be able to take on nearly every single quest, scenario, dungeon, and raid right out of the gate with accelerated leveling from 10 to 70. And you can see right here on the screen that each zone within Pandaria, you're going to be able to go to level 70, but we start with Jade Forest, going from level 10, you can go all the way to 70 there if there's enough quests and enough content to do in there, but as you level up, you will have the opportunity to move into other zones. But again, just want to reemphasize on this is going to be very fast-paced. Now, in regards to creating your new character, this is what Blizzard said. You're going to be able to collect a variety of powerful items and transmogs. Then you're going to be able to take those transmogs straight into the expansion, which is the War Within, so you can show off all of the work that you did over in MoP REMIX. And don't worry, your character isn't just going to be deleted when this event is over. All REMIX characters created during the event will be converted to a standard character to play within modern World of Warcraft at the end of the event. And one cool little bit of information about your character is that everyone is going to start on the Timeless Isle, and then you'll be able to branch out from there. Now, let's talk about the exciting loot that you're going to be able to get. I'm sure everyone's really pumped up to hear about this. So, WoW has said in WoW REMIX, players have the opportunity to collect a variety of items from just about anywhere. Quests, chests, creatures, bosses, and a heck of a lot more. New customizable items will be yours for the taking, and each item slot has their own unique identity with spell gem sockets. This is really cool. These sockets come with exciting turbocharged new effects similar to trinkets, but each time you loot new items, you'll have the chance for powerful new upgrades, allowing you to push the limits further and faster than ever before with uncapped progression. So as you progress, you're going to gradually become more and more powerful, as items also grant increased permanent stats. And mentioning those gem sockets, let's go over the 3 different types of gems you can get, starting with the meta gems. And first we have Life Storm, and if you equip this one, you're going to be able to summon a storm, calling down 5 bolts of lightning every 1 second. Each bolt inflicts 25,885 nature damage, which I'm sure that's going to be, increased up with power and whatnot. And it's going to hit enemies within 30 yards of you. Now, when this crazy storm is going on, 3 flowers are going to grow around the caster. After 5 seconds, the flowers are going to bloom, restoring health and granting haste to allies for about 10 seconds. The next gem that we have within the meta gems is Thundering Orb. And with this one, you transform into a Thundering Orb, inflicting nature damage to your enemies within 30 yards over 4 seconds. While you are a Thundering Orb, damage taken is reduced by 50%, and movement speed is reduced by 70%, and you are immune to any loss of control effects. Now, the third and final gem within the meta gems is Oblivion Sphere, and you're going to be able to form an orb of pure void that increases critical strike damage taken by enemies within 15 yards by 50% for 10 seconds. After 4 seconds, the orb explodes, inflicting shadow damage. Now, moving on to the second section of gems, which is the Tinker gems, we have Hailstorm. And when you equip this one, every 3 seconds build up a charge of Hailstorm, and upon reaching 10 stacks, you unleash hail on your enemies within 50 yards. Each impact inflicts frost damage and applies Numbing Cold. Now, Numbing Cold reduces movement speed by 30% and reduces damage dealt by 10%. Attacking does remove a stack of Numbing Cold. The next gem on the list is Cold Front, and when you equip this gem, your abilities have a chance to grant all allies a shield, absorbing damage and applying Numbing Cold to all enemies within 50 yards. The third gem is Wildfire, and with this gem, your abilities have a chance to inflict additional fire damage and spread wildfire to a nearby enemy, inflicting fire damage every 1 second for 10 seconds. Wildfire stacks and spreads to nearby enemies, stacking up to 10 times. Our fourth gem is Tink Master's Shield. And with this one, it grants a shield absorbing damage equal to 20% of your total health. This shield will regenerate after not suffering any damage for 10 seconds. Our fifth gem is Fervor. And with this one, while you are above 80% health, your attacks consume 2% of your maximum health to inflict holy damage equal to the amount consumed. And finally, our sixth and final gem in this section is Sunstrider's Flourish. And with this gem, your critical strikes erupt in a fiery explosion, inflicting fire damage to enemies within 15 yards of your target. Now, moving on to the third and final section of gems, which is the Cogwheel gems. These are more movement-based ones, and the first one we have is Blink. And if you understand mages, then you pretty much guessed exactly what this does. This teleports you forward 10 yards, or until reaching an obstacle, and frees you from all stuns and bonds. The second one, if you know rogues, we have Sprint, increases your movement speed by 70% for 8 seconds. And if you're a big fan of monks, we have Roll. You can also roll a short distance. Now, there may be other gems that are going to come out, and I would expect that there would be a lot more in the future, but apart from the gems, there's also something really, really special called the Cloak of Infinite Potential. And I feel like this harkens back to the legendary cloak that you would grind out in Mists of Pandaria, but basically what this is an artifact cloak that will gain permanent power as you play through the game. The great thing is that power you earn on your strongest character is shared with alternate characters created for the whole entire time that the event is live. Now, this cloak does come with a special ability called Time Runner's Advantage. This is where you're going to get the massive amount of stat bonuses, including your experience gain. You can see right here, it's a 324% gain to your experience. In short, you're going to want to wear this cloak all the time with every character that you make. Apart from the loot and the transmogs, there are also going to be different mounts from Mists of Pandaria that have different color schemes that were never released before. Now, last but not least, let's talk about the new currency, which is bronze, and this is what Blizzard had to say about it. There's no such thing as a bad drop in the game, and any drop you get can be converted into a new currency, which is called bronze. You'll be able to use this currency to purchase upgrades and World of Warcraft account-bound cosmetics. And what you do is you head over to the bazaar in any zone to purchase everything from class transmogs to Mists of Pandaria mounts, toys, and a whole bunch of other stuff. This allows players to obtain stuff that was really hard to get, or maybe they didn't get the chance to do it, just by simply using the currency to buy those items or transmogs or whatever they're trying to go for. And last but not least, Blizzard did want to let everyone know that the auction house will not be a thing in MoP REMIX. So there you have it. This is all the information we have about Mists of Pandaria REMIX. Let us know if you're really excited by dropping a comment in the comment section down below. And we can't wait to see you all in Mists of Pandaria once again. Take care. We'll see you guys next time.